Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream again on the third day of Bharat Tex event. Hello sir, welcome to Textile Resources.
Work with Welspun Living, and I'm the design lead for exports. I will walk you through the products line that we have. This is one of our product lines that's called Creative Collab, under which we work with a lot of influencers across in the world. This is Kate Shand. She's from UK and she is into wallpapers. She's very much influenced by India. And if you look at the colors and the designs that we have, you would see some amount of influence, but on the look and feel and the trend that we have for the UK market. As we go further down, we have Peter Som, who is a fashion designer, and this collection that we have from Peter Som, it's more about back to college. Peter Som, though being a fashion designer, what we do is we work with these influencers to understand how they would interpret their design sense and their trends into home textiles, and this helps us to actually create understanding with people who are there in the industry. We find these influencers, we start working with these influencers, and we kind of create these collections. Some of these collections are already there in some of the stores, while this collection was launched sometime in January.
Okay, so as let's say if you talk in general regarding the collab and the collaborations you people do with trends, right? Yes. So these are the, let's say, the so-called trends that define the yes. daily living and the standards, yes. right? Now moving forward, what has been the response so far regarding these collabs?
So
in the audience?
Yeah. So Kate Shand, who was launched in January at Hemtex, we've got a very good response across, even from the US market as well as the UK market. Top retailers, it takes time for anything to kind of, in terms of be it design or in terms of a designer to get into a certain kind of a market. So Kate Shand stands somewhere, I would say, in departmental stores where we would be able to showcase her kind of look and feel. So somebody like John Lewis or somebody like Dunham or something like that. So she's got a very good response in terms of all the product lines that we have.
Okay, so let's say even if you talk about these collaborations, right? So the responses are good, the products are good, and things are all right. But let's say what has been the, let's say, like this gentleman is like Peter Som, then that another. What's the basis that you people take while defining as to whom you will be collaborating with, or let's say what are the filters that you people allow?
So I think it's important our sensibilities match in terms of not just design, but in terms of be it even the quality of the product. They need to understand because when we work with them, we also make them aware of what we are, what our future trends are like, what kind of fabric. We don't use, I would say, polyester or 100% polyester in any of our products. There would be some amount which is again recycled. So our initiative towards sustainability is also there. If you look at Kate Shand, in terms of cotton, there is a less amount of cotton. We've tried to mix two different kind of fibers together to make sure that we use less amount of cotton, because cotton again uses a lot of water resources, and that's how if you walk around you will see some of the collections that has some influence in terms of sustainability.
Okay. Other than these collabs, what else does Welspun has to offer? Yeah. Thanks. Excuse me.
One of our brands called Recology, and Recology is all about sustainability. If you look at any of the packaging also, what we've tried to do is in terms of using fabric bag, but at the same time you can look at it that we've also tried to introduce jute bags. Right. Now jute is something big in India. We know that it's used in gunny bags, but something that would help us to kind of even use a material that's used in a gunny bag to make it into a packaging that one can carry back home in any of the international departmental stores. If you look at the products also, this product is called regenerative cotton. Now normally cotton farmer would grow the cotton, and then it would be the next cycle where the cotton would be grown again. But regenerative cotton is where the farmer would be able to grow something else other than cotton on that particular field. So that's how it would be sustainable. The farmer doesn't have to wait for the next season, and this collection is all about sustainability. We even have one of the other products that's called that's into recycled cotton, which is pre-consumer cotton, which is waste that is generated at a factory, and that's made into fiber, then into yarn, and then into fabric. There is another thing that you can see is we have a QR code, which would give you a sense of an understanding where the fiber came from, which farm it came from, to the shelf in terms of a retailer shelf. So this will give you the whole journey. This is available for a retailer to look at. Even if at all tomorrow the retailer wants his consumer or an end consumer to understand, Weltrack 2.0 blockchain would help the end consumer to understand where the fiber came from, which farm did it come from, and what is the kind of quality to the final finish and product understanding. We can even
So let's say there's too much conversation about sustainability here.
Yeah.
Right? Can you please explain to our audience as to what do you mean by when you talk about sustainability in clothing or when you talk about sustainability in fashion?
So for us, sustainability starts where a factory is. So at a Anjar factory, we've created 2 lagoons which store water. Knowing that it's an arid region, it's almost close to the desert. There is less amount of rain. So whenever rain happens, the lagoon is full. All the water that the factory would generate in terms of the waste water is recycled and then used in the factory itself. We also collect water from around the districts. We recycle it and then it's pushed back into the manufacturing. So it's almost like a zero waste, zero water that we take from anywhere, fresh water that is taken. There are videos that can show you that what we talk about. There is a whole ETP plant that we have that can show that how the water is cleaned, reused, and then sent back to the factory.
Okay, so I guess in terms of product range, you have I guess from ranging from carpets to designs, collabs. Then I think these are bathroom sets and etc. Right. So in terms of let's say business that you generate, or in terms like if we talk about Welspun, where does it basically work? Like does it work with the retailers? Does it work directly to the customers, or how it works? First
So
is
it's
that.
normally direct B2B. It works directly with the retailer, but we do a lot of collaboration with the retailers where we try to understand how we would be able to work with their end consumer. Now, there are a lot of researches that happen. There are agencies that do market research or consumer research that you can call, and this helps us to understand the mentality of a consumer. If you look at this product talks about this is a product that we launched 15 years ago. It's still going strong. It's a product where you wash the product, but it still is softer. It still blooms after wash. If you can see the difference in terms of what the product is all about. Quality intact.
Okay. What has been the receiving business so far that Welspun has in the last years?
I'm sorry.
What has been the business that you have done in last year, or let's say major orders, or let's say major companies?
So I think US is the biggest market for us. It's I would say around 70 to 80% of the market that we do. We have UK and the Europe as the next bigger market, and then of course we have India. We have a brand in India which is Spaces Home, which is the next market that we have.
So, what percentage of your presence caters to Indian market?
I think we are there in the top 5 in terms of spaces being there, and we are reaching. We've recently launched a brand called Drape Story, which also takes us to the next phase, which is furnishings. We were already into home. We were already into flooring in the domestic market. Now we have something that's furnishing that gives us a chance to say that we are the home solutions in this whole market.
Okay, so means being someone who is already involved in the industry, you must have attended a number of events regarding textiles and your products and your companies, right? What distinguishes Bharat Tex?
I think Bharat Tex gives us a chance to showcase our work and what we do in the industry in India, which we normally don't get to do. There are few fairs that we do take part, the domestic part of the business, but in this scale, it's very difficult. This is really big, and I think it would get matured enough for our customers to come in at this point of time to India to do a buying trip. Normally the buying trips happen in Germany or somewhere else. I think it's a chance for us to call our buyers, come to India and do their buying.
Okay. So far as if you talk about events like even if Bharat Tex or any other domestic events, the basic is like if the businesses are there, the businesses must come also. Like there must be potential client, there must be visitors, there must be business visitors, right? What has been the experience of your company so far in this event?
We've seen most of our buyers who are based, I mean, every retailer who is there, be it in US or in UK, in Europe, they do have India offices, and most of these India offices have visited us. We have new walk-ins that have come to us. Now, these walk-ins could be distributors, importers, smaller buyers. Now, but this gives us a chance to actually connect with them and these could be smaller, but it helps us to understand what their market is all about, and this gives us a leverage to get into that market. And Bharat Tex has helped us to do that really well.
Last reactions that you have to show to our viewers?
I have one more thing to show which is very important, but you'll have to walk with me for that.
Perfect, please.
So this product line, it's actually not a product line. This started with CSI initiative by Mrs. Goenka, Dipali Goenka. This is close to our factory in Anjar.
Okay.
And what this says is that when we started the factory in Anjar, women in that region normally don't come out and work in factories. Right. Now, yes, it's changed a lot,
right.
But this initiative was to get work to their home. So we started centers where they live in the villages, not maybe 10-15 minutes away.
A decentralized system.
Yeah. And this gives them a chance to come to the center, work, earn a little money for themselves. They can go back home in the afternoon if there are any household work that they need to do. Then come back in the evening for a few hours and work.
A tour that please.
So let's start from here. Yeah. So if you look at this product line, this is from the waste of a bed sheet or duvet cover that comes out, which you call Kona.
Okay.
Or a corner. Now from that we are creating products that would be sold in the international market. Now we worked with retailers for this. We have products that are going in, let's say like IKEA or somebody like John Lewis in the future. So anything that you see over here is generated from the waste, woven or printed or stitched together. So this gives you a chance to say that your product is zero waste product, because once those konas go, they actually could be sold in the market as waste. Rather than that, you create a product and you can proudly say that your product is zero waste, your product is entrepreneurial, women,
it supports women.
Yeah, and sustainable at the same time. I think this product gives women a chance to showcase their talent. We upskill them, be it on the loom now. Loom has normally been on that side of the world men's thing, where we've introduced weaving over there. We introduced stitching over there, where the women can stitch products. Now these are going to high quality retailers like IKEA, where finishing is, has to be to the top notch. Yeah, so that's how we have tried. Right now we have somewhere around 14 centers in Anjar and Kutch area. So that's something that we are very proud of.
The scale of work that you people are doing.
Yes.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was a good interaction in terms of what Welspun does in its business, in its corporate social responsibility, as well as the other initiatives it has taken so far for the entrepreneurial journey, for sustainability, and additionally the commitment that it has towards its nation, towards the people it serves in general. Right. Thank you very much, sir, for the introduction, for the entire tour that you gave for the Welspun. Any last message that you have for our viewers?
Hope to see you next time again at Bharat Tex.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thanks.